Hey there, friends. Don't be alarmed. It's okay. You're just seeing the other side of my basement. Because the light from the window over here was kind of starting to make it look like I was about to be raptured. Like it was just like causing these crazy halos, and it's a little extreme. So now you get to see the horrors of this beam and some comic books back there and the ever-present Mr. Heater. I was thinking of doing... I wanted to highlight the Big Push because I just did my Spotify Wrapped, and Big Push was on the top. Big Push and Ren. Ren was my #1 artist, which is hilarious because I just discovered him in August. So like, as I said on Patreon when I mentioned it, like, yeah, that ADHD hyperfixation is legit. So I wanted to check out one of their songs. This one I've been told to do for a hot minute, which is their cover of Fatboy Slim Praise You, which is a song I very much remember from the 90s. And that video was like huge, which is great because it was, I've mentioned Spike Jonze on here before when I covered the What You Want video that Ren did, the Beastie Boys esque video that Spike Jonze did a lot of the Beastie Boys music videos, some of their more popular ones, and also did Fatboy Slim Praise You video, which is great because it was made for like less than $1,000. And it was like huge. It won a bunch of awards, which is kind of fun because if you look at it now, it looks like a TikTok video. It really does, but that wasn't something that was done back then as far as music videos go, because it's just like a bunch of people. I swore I remember it being in a mall dancing. Like, Spike Jonze actually in it himself, like directing these people on doing a little dance to this song. But then when I went and just looked it up for funsies just now, it's in front of a movie theater that I've been to. So I'm just like, wait a minute, I know that place. So that was kind of a trip because I swore everything in my brain told me it was a mall. It was in front of a movie theater. Anyway, but it's very, I encourage you to go back and watch that video because it's very quaint to look back on now because it just seems like something that we see all the time online. But at the time, like back then in the 90s, was kind of like, this looks like a home video, but it's a music video. Like, it's kind of weird. Oh, the heater's coming now. So I considered doing the Big Push's It's Alright today because that was technically #1 on my Spotify Wrapped, and I have not covered that song on here. But though I haven't seen the video, it would mostly just be me singing along to It's Alright, which I don't know if that's that interesting to anyone. So I thought I'd do something I hadn't done before, and here we are. Fatboy Slim Praise You, which is interesting because I've always... the original song has a sort of, not robotic, but it's kind of mixed to it, so that's just how I'm used to always hearing it, so hearing it just straight up sung will be interesting. Also, without that little, I love the sound mixing in the original version. It's got that kind of crackling sound, like it's on vinyl, that I always really love. But if anyone can make me like a cover, it's the Big Push, so let's go.
We come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
They got little jingly bells on their feet. How fun! So I was taking everything in. Their harmonies sound amazing. I don't know where the hell they are. Are they like under a... I'm trying to figure if they're underneath like a freeway or like a bridge, or if they're in a tube station of some kind, or like a bus station. I don't know. They're not bus, train. Someplace they probably aren't supposed to be, but I'm sure it's probably like, 3 in the morning for it to be that empty. So I guess, as stated before, as long as you just pretend like you don't know you're not supposed to be there, and then smile and are polite, that's all that matters. I have to say, Ren's hair. I mean, like, it's kind of his normal vibe, but it's just so big. It looks like he's got a hat on, like a little fluffy hat, and he also looks like he's about 12 years old, which is very funny. But they all sound amazing, of course, and we love to see chords mixed with wet floor. That's what we love around here. Safety, kids. Come on now. That is quite the setup for, like, this whole spot. I really, if they've mentioned, like, where they did this, I am really curious. Okay. off, Ren. Like, fuck you. Calm down. My God. That sounded amazing. I think you're not a true Ren fan if at some point while listening to him you don't go, shut the fuck up. It's just so good. Wow. Oh my God, I have to hear that all again. It also is weird, like, you know, if you listen to the original song a lot, you're used to, I have to praise you like I should, that little, like, kind of, stuttering of the last thing. The last note is what you're used to. You're used to the kind of robotic stutter, and it not being there sounds kind of weird. But, Jesus. It's so, like, this band could, it's hilarious, because it could so easily exist in so many different time periods, but I really kind of want to see the alternate reality where this band was, like, in the 60s or 70s, and I want to see how big they would have gotten. Because all their voices are so unique, and so weirdly fit in that time period, in different ways. Because Ren's got that, like, 60s wailing. That kind of Hendrix wail.
We've come a long, long way together, Lord. Through the hard times and the good, I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should. Praise you.
Single feet.
Praise you. Praise you.
Imagine how many times they had to do of just getting everything. It seems so simple of like jingle feet. That's, of course, I'm sure that's what they called it, jingle feet. Bells on your feet, next a little tambourine, easy, great. We can have more sound going on without having a percussionist. I don't know if this is maybe before Glenn joined the band and they just didn't want to deal with, like, they all fit perfectly in that little row. You can really fit another person. But having to have everything so in step like that would have been taking a lot of practice. Granted, these guys are incredibly in sync to begin with, but if anyone's even a little bit offbeat for even a second, it's like, do it again. Thank God they're not doing it all in one shot, because that would have been a pain in the ass. See, they're smart sometimes. They don't do everything in one shot. That's so cute. That's a fun idea.
Praise you. Praise you like I should. We've come a long, long way together. Through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should. Praise you.
You got harmonicas.
Praise you.
Oh, yeah.
Praise you.
If there's any solo Goran stuff I need to check out, please let me know. His voice is so good. And that's so funny, like, they all, like I said before, they all have such unique voices that are so powerful. And as I've stated, like, any one of these people would be the most talented standout, like, star of a band they're in, but they're all in the same band. And the way that they could, like, sing their verse, completely stand out, have such a powerful voice, and then immediately go back into the perfect harmony and kind of not like disappear, but just like blend back into like that is fucking nuts. And then they wrote on a harmonica, and it sounds perfect. I love this. I was sitting here thinking, like, I don't know if I'm gonna vibe with this. Like, you know, Praise You has such a unique vibe. Like, I love this cover. Oh, Big Push. You make me feel things that I don't necessarily always want to feel, but you make me feel them.
Praise you. Praise you like I should.
Jealous people who can play harmonica, because like I had one as a kid. I feel like a lot of kids randomly had like harmonicas or kazoos or things like that, and I couldn't play shit. I tried I could never do it. Even as like when I was like older and I played wind instruments, like I played the flute, and the piccolo, and which are different. One's much more annoying to play. I still could never play the harmonica. I just couldn't figure out how to make all the different notes. Just dumb. And now I'm assuming we're gonna have Romain sing a verse, which I'm excited for because his voice is always so unique.
We've come a long, long way together through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should. Praise you.
I love the way that all the music cut out when Romain started his. Also, Romain has such an interesting vibe where if someone told me like, oh, he's like 40, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If someone's like, no, actually he's 19, I'd be like, oh, no, that makes sense. There's just something weird about him that he just can't tell. I'm like, what are you? Where you come from? He come from France. But again, that whole like immediately fall back into the harmonies. It's hilarious. They're all dressed kind of the same, but kind of not. They're all like different fonts of the same word.
Praise you. I have to praise you. I have to praise you. I have to praise you like I should. We come a long, long way together through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
They all look really tired. I bet that took a few times, and I bet that it was pretty late at night. They all looked like sleepy little boys. I hope they took naps after that, or maybe just went to bed. But I know that's kind of a tall order. That was so great. I love when it was just the harmonies and then the bells at the end, the jingly bells. That was wonderful. It's funny, like, so many times when you see them on the street, they look like they're possessed by music and stuff. That wasn't, they were just like, it just shows, like, complete competency. I don't know how else to say it. Like, they just all were so, fuck, why wasn't this band incredibly huge? It should have been huge. The question is, like, if it had been huge, would they still have kind of split apart? I don't know. I don't think I ever heard anything like crazy happen. I think it was more just, I don't know. I got the feeling there was obviously the stuff with Ren's health. Of course, would put strain on stuff and like he has to go to Canada and all that jazz. The vibe I got, which might be fully incorrect, is that I feel like might have been Goran, might have been Glenn. Maybe Goran wasn't super like just kind of wanted to do other stuff, whereas like I feel like Romain and Ren would have kind of just kept doing the thing for as long as possible, it seemed like. So I don't know, maybe that's the wrong vibe I'm getting. That's just what I kind of thought I maybe picked up on. But that was wonderful. Is that on? I have to check if that's on Spotify, because if it is, that might be on my rap next year, because I'm gonna listen to the shit out of that. That was great. And again, another one I could maybe trick my dad into listening to. I'll keep you updated on if that happens at Christmas time. If I could just like sneak it into one of his playlists or something, maybe just send it. Maybe if I send it to him, I don't message him much. So when I message him something, he tends to actually look at it. So maybe I'll just message him the video and see what happens. I'll get what I got last time, which was when I sent him what kind of woman is this? Where in reference to Ren, he just said, "Dude, Hendrix pretty good for a white boy," and I went, "Yep," and that was pretty much his only comment. Well, there we go. Thanks for joining me, guys. Well, I only had to stop once for the heat. Hooray! And thank you for dealing with this part of the basement with all the boxes in the background. There are boxes there. I should maybe unpack. I moved in May. I should maybe work on unpacking. Bye, everybody!